Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kathy, and I help inspiring and experienced teachers build successful online teaching careers. Every week, I share practical advice on getting hired, improving your CV, creating introduction videos, preparing for interviews, and growing your online teaching career. So, if you've ever been one of those teachers that have searched for how can I work from home? Can South Africans really teach English online? Is teaching English online still worth it? Or even, can I really even earn 250 Rand or more per hour? Then you're exactly in the right place. Today, I'm going to answer all of those questions honestly. I'm going to show you why South Africans are still getting hired, what you actually need to get started, how much you can realistically earn, the biggest mistakes beginners make, and the exact steps I would take if I had to start all over again today. So grab a cup of coffee and get comfortable, and let's dive in. Before we get started, let me tell you something. When I first heard about teaching English online, I honestly wasn't sure it was real. I come from a teaching background where I taught in classroom for 25 years. And I wondered, do companies really hire South Africans? Will anyone pay me to teach online? What if I don't have experience teaching online? And those same questions are the ones I receive almost every day from people in my community. The truth is, thousands of South Africans are already teaching online. I even take my own little small town that I come from. I know of quite a few people in my town alone that are teaching online. Some do it part-time for extra income. Some have replaced their full-time jobs. Some teach while they are busy traveling all over. Some are parents working around their children's schedules. Some are retirees wanting flexible income. There isn't a one perfect teacher. I've helped people from all kinds of backgrounds to get started. I've helped teachers, receptionists, bank workers, nurses, call center agents, stay-at-home moms, retired professionals. The people who succeed aren't necessarily the smartest. They're simply the ones who stay consistent. Let me know in the comments, what profession are you currently in? What's your job description at the moment? Are you a teacher already, or are you working in a bank, in a call agency? Let me know. Are you retired? Pop it in the comments and let me know what you're working on. Let's have a look at why South Africans are in demand. One question that I really hear all the time is, are companies still hiring South Africans, or are companies actually hiring South Africans? And the answer is yes. South Africans continue to be hired by many online teaching companies and tutoring platforms. Why, you ask? Because we generally speak clear English. We have neutral accents that many students find easy to understand. And many South Africans are also naturally friendly and patient, which are really good qualities for an online teacher. Online learning has become part of everyday life. Children take extra English lessons, university students prepare for exams, business professionals improve their English for work, adults learn English because they want to travel, maybe. There are millions of learners all across the world, and that means that there's still a demand for qualified, enthusiastic teachers just like you. So now you're asking me, Kathy, can you do this? Can I actually do this? Now let's answer another big question. Who can actually become an online English teacher? Let me know in the comments what you think with that one. You don't have to be a qualified school teacher, and you don't need 20 years of experience. Many companies are looking for people who can speak English clearly, they smile, they encourage students, they're reliable, they create a positive learning experience. So if you've worked in customer service, if you've worked in retail, administration, hospitality, or you've been at home raising children, You've probably already developed many of the skills you can use already as an online English teacher. Teaching online is just learning how to communicate those skills that you've already got and how to transfer them effectively. So, what do you need? That's probably your next question. Let's talk about what you actually need. First, definitely you need a desktop or you need a laptop. It's really important. I know there are a couple of companies that will allow you to teach from your phone, but it's not ideal and it's not good for your eyes if you're doing long hours. So definitely you want a laptop or a desktop computer. Second, you want a reliable internet. A stable fiber connection is ideal. And get a backup as well. If you've got a fiber connection, if that goes down, make sure you've got data on your mobile contract that you can switch over to your mobile. Third, you need a really good headset. Okay, clear audio makes a huge difference. Fourth, a quiet teaching space. You don't need a fancy office. Many teachers start in a spare bedroom or in a quiet corner of their home. Fifth, lighting. Natural light is wonderful. But if that's not possible, and it often isn't possible, invest in an affordable ring light. They are not very expensive to buy. And finally, you need that TEFL certificate. So if you don't have your TEFL certificate yet, go back to one of my playlists and there's a whole section on TEFL certificates and how to get TEFL certified and the pros and the cons of it and different kinds of certificates that you get as well. So pop over, watch those videos. It will just answer a lot of questions for you. But a TEFL certificate is one of the best investments you can make. Many companies require one. And even when they don't require one, having one makes your application stronger. Some companies also require you to have a degree, but there's a lot of companies that don't want a degree. So you need to find what suits you and what fits in with what you have. So don't assume you can't teach just because you don't have a degree. There's many companies out there that will take you without a degree. So now your next question is probably like, how much can you earn? Okay, so let's talk about that question that everybody wants answered. Can you earn at least 250 Rand an hour? And the answer is yes. But let's talk about it honestly. Beginners often start with companies that have fixed pay rates, which is maybe a little bit lower to start off with. But as you gain experience, you can move onto tutoring platforms like marketing platforms like Amazing Talker, Preply, italki. And then you can often set your own rates, which really makes a big difference. Many experienced teachers eventually teach independently, and I do a mixture of teaching on a marketing platform and teaching independently. So teaching independently means that you find your own students and you can charge premium prices. Your hourly income depends on how experienced you are, how many students you teach, the platforms that you're using, whether you're teaching children or adults, whether you're teaching independently. So don't compare your day one with someone else's year 5 or year 6 like me. Focus on building experience and then the money will follow your experience. So now you're probably thinking, okay, that's great information, but like, how do I get hired? So let's talk about getting your first job. And here's exactly what I recommend. Step 1, the first thing you need to do is complete your TEFL certificate. Step 2, create a professional CV, not a generic, not a general CV, not a South African CV that's like this many pages long. Okay, you want a teaching CV. And step number 3 is record a friendly introduction video. And remember, companies aren't expecting television presenters. They're looking for teachers who are warm, confident, and approachable. So step 4 is practice interview questions. Like I have a lot of interview practice questions that are great for practicing for those interviews. Don't wait until the interview invitation arrives. Start practicing now already. Step 5, Apply to several companies, not one, not two, apply to a few, okay, several. One mistake I see all the time in people is only applying to one company. They wait for 3 weeks, then they get it rejected, and then they give up because it's 3 weeks wasted and they've only applied to that one company. You need to treat it like a job search. Keep applying, keep improving as you go. And then you're saying, okay, what are the mistakes that teachers make, or what are the mistakes that new online teachers make? After helping hundreds of teachers, I've noticed the same mistakes over and over again. Number one is a poor CV. Many people use the same CV they've used for every job they've ever applied for. Teaching companies aren't looking for that. They're looking for completely different skills. Number two, having a weak introduction video. Remember, you're introducing yourself to future employers, future students. Okay. Smile, speak clearly, show enthusiasm. Number three, applying to too few companies. More applications equals more opportunities, but you need to do it strategically. Don't just apply to 100 all at once and you don't know what you're busy doing. Choose maybe 5, research them, write down their names, follow up with them, and then do your next batch of 5. Number 4, giving up too early. Sometimes success only comes after your 10th application. Sometimes it doesn't happen after the first one. So my final advice to you is, if I had to start everything over today, 6 years later, knowing everything that I do now, this is what I would do. I would complete my TEFL certificate. I'd create an outstanding CV ready to go. I'd film a professional introduction video. I'd make sure that I have a professional photo done as well for my profile. I'd practice interview questions every day. I'd apply to at least 5 companies every week. And I'd continue learning while waiting for interview invitations. Most importantly, I wouldn't give up only after one rejection. I would use that rejection as a learning tool and as something to better myself with. Because every successful online teacher started exactly where you are today, wondering, am I good enough? Will someone hire me? Wondering if it's even possible. But the only difference is they took the first step and you can too. So if you are serious about becoming an online English teacher, I have a free community where I share resources, job opportunities, CV advice, interview tips, boot camps, weekly training. The link is in the description below. So read the description, click on the link, and you can join that free community. And I also do have a paid community where you can get individual help to help you with your CV, with your introduction video, with those interview questions, just that one-on-one help to get you started and get you going. The link is in the description below too. So if this video has helped you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share it to your friends. Turn on your notifications because I upload new videos every week to help teachers just like you to succeed online. Plus, I'd really love to hear from you in the comments. So tell me in the comments, what is the biggest thing stopping you from starting your online teaching career? Let me know in the comments. I always read the comments and respond to them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.